man. 122 pounder, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
You guys come from Walker, Wisconsin. Going to watch
Goodfellas Sports.
Goodfellas, bro.
Belief about
No, I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
All right, y'all love these Crawford and Errol Spence videos, man. I see people talking about what's going on with Crawford and Spence. Heard Bushido say that he heard Bushido Boxer, go subscribe to brother Bushido Boxer, say that he heard Crawford looking for southpaw opponents and all that. And then, you know, like I told y'all, the deal, they already agreed weeks ago, might be a month ago. You know, what's holding up is what's holding up Showtime boxing schedule. You know what I'm saying? And what's holding it up is Al Heyman, you know, don't want to deliver better fights. So Espinosa's under the gun, from what I hear, with Viacom, which owns, you know, damn near everything. I mean, go talk to KRS-One about Viacom. You get a hell of an interview, a hell of an insert there. But, you know, right now, they being held hostage. Now, I also heard that they was talking about, like, threatening to take this fight over to Fox. But at the end of the day, that really, it don't really do nothing for them. They paying Fox for the fight card. They paying Fox, no, excuse me. They paying for the fight card. They paying for the main, they paying for the main event. They paying for the fight card. And they paying Fox for the production. And Fox still getting this 10% split, you know, for broadcasting it. All right, where Showtime probably putting up, you know, some money for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Fox ain't putting up nothing. They done with boxing. They just milking Al Heyman now. That's just what it boiled down to. So it's the same reason why we ain't got no fall schedule yet. Now, is it DEFCON 99 for fall schedule? No, PBC has a knack for doing shit last minute. They done pay-per-views at the very, very last minute. Let's not be long, 6-8 weeks notice. All right? And we already know they don't want Crawford and Spence to succeed, because they don't want us to continue to demand for black fights, because they don't want to do them. They want to continue with the notion as we want to make black and Mexican and Latino versus Latino, Latino versus black. They want to carry on with that. They don't want this fight to do well, because then people going to start asking for the Russells and the Tanks and the Tanks and the Haneys and the Tanks and the Shakur, and they don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to want to do the Andrades and the Charlos, the Wilders and the Big Baby Andersons and stuff of that nature. They don't want to make these black fights. Charlo Harrison, the trilogy. I mean, you know, some people might ask for Charlo and Charlo. I don't want to see them fight though. You know what I'm saying? That's what they gonna be asking for. They don't want this fight to succeed. But the thing that's holding up is that the fall schedule is holding it up. That's y'all meal ticket right there. The fall schedule was holding it up. Espinosa need to deliver bigger and better fights on a regular Showtime, or maybe, just my opinion here, if the fight is good enough, maybe they can showcase it on CBS, but that won't be until after the football season is over with. Now, like I told y'all before, CBS has cut a deal with HBCUs and the Big Ten. The field of programming left behind by the SEC. I think the SEC is going to the Walt Disney Family Network. So ESPN, ABC, I mean, all that's under Walt Disney. So at the end of the day, if Al Heyman put on better fights, there was a void to be filled for Al Heyman. There was a void to be filled. They gave the money to historically black college football. You know, and you think about it, Mo Williams, who played for the Cavaliers, he is the head coach of Alabama State now. Right? So, you know, that Deion Sanders trickle-down effect, not just Eddie George coaching Tennessee State, not just Hugh Jackson, former offensive coordinator, head coach of the Browns, coaching Grambling, now is trickling down to historically black college basketball and whatever else going to trickle down to baseball. So the network showed that they willing to give the black colleges TV money. You know what I'm saying? And everybody getting TV money, but not boxing, because boxing is not delivering a fan base. Historically black colleges is delivering a fan base. You know, if it's woke, if it's people that's interested in seeing some of the bigger prospects like Travis Hunter, the cornerback of Jackson State, go there, they're fulfilling a need, a void. Boxing ain't fulfilling nothing but giving you tune-ups, giving you update on fighters. That's it. That's it. That is it. So, I mean, it's sad. Nonetheless, it is sad. But, you know, that fall schedule, until you hear that fall schedule, you won't hear nothing about this fight. Now, have Fox and PBC had one more year left, or they got a new deal, then Al Haymon will just run that fight over there, but it just don't make no sense. I put up all the money. Fox put up no money. I pay Fox to put the fight on. Why the hell would I do that? So, right now, it's risk of, you know, probably them cutting boxing out the budget altogether pretty soon. First, they slash the budget down. Then, you know, they might slash it again, and then it's gone in the hole. So they might take that money and put it towards a TV show. You know what I'm saying? They might take that money, put it back towards more documentaries like that Sham God documentary they just put up, or that Point Guard documentary. So right now, it's no fault to the fighters of their own. They done the deal. They made the deal. It's just super bad timing. You know, you got to remember too, for all though, this because the kids go back to school up north and east, even though they started to go back to school a little bit early because of the, you know, because school was getting cut short because of the pandemic. It don't mean that that's not when fall started. Fall, the last day of summer is September 22nd. So obviously we still got around 15, 16 days or so, whatever it is, for the fall to come. So we still got a couple weeks before we get that announcement. Now, you know, if we get into the 23rd, 25th, the 28th, and we don't hear nothing but some rumored fights, and if that's Fandora versus Campo, and if it's true about Benavidez taking on Jose Uzataki, and Lee Wood taking on Leo Santa Cruz, which I don't even know some of those. The only one I know is going to be on Fox is Fandora fight. And yes, do Campo, Errol Spence knocked out in one round, right? So, I mean, until we hear the fall schedule for Showtime, I mean, you know, you won't hear nothing about this. And at the end of the day, people say, well, if the fight ain't announced by this, then it's dead. PBC don't want this fight to succeed, so it really doesn't have a deadline. If they announce this shit six weeks before the fight, they gon' 6 weeks before the fight, they don't care because they don't want this fight to do well. I'm telling you that. They want to tell you, we told you it wasn't gonna do well. We told you it wasn't go. They really don't want to make this fight. Because they really wanted to make the fight, and Showtime was enthusiastic about the fight. Fuck, we gonna figure it out. At least we gonna put this fight on. They don't want to sell black versus black. When my man sell James Brown his biopic, get on up. James Brown wanted to do money for a live album. He told James, Negroes don't buy albums. Your people doesn't buy albums. You know, they like to tell you that black people don't spend money. They do. They just don't know how to market to black people. And it ain't too hard. But the one thing about this fight that's hard to market is they both don't talk shit. Imagine you put Bo Mack or Bernie mouthpiece on Terence Crawford, and, you know, you get to Errol Spence, Adrian Broner mouthpiece, and it's like, bruh, it's $2 million pay-per-view. So the rematch gonna do 2.5, 3. Because they actually gonna fight and be dogs. They both don't talk enough to sell. And that's another huge sticking point for them not really doing it. To be honest, you would rather have a show. You would rather have the glitz and the glam and the sparkles, you know, and it look good, and then you get to the pay-per-view, you got everybody else's money, you rob the bank. Mayweather did all the time, did all this talking and go out there and pity pat roll and tell the fans, oh, my hand's hurting, I couldn't go for the knockout. They don't have nothing in this fight. Is not to the casual public. There's nothing for them to gravitate to other than highlights. That's why they don't want to sell this fight. That's why they don't want to pay for this fight. Neither one of them is gonna talk shit, and then they're gonna be all boring, mundane, pedestrian, serious talk. The trainer can't sell the fight for you. Bernie can't sell the fight for you. Errol Spence, daddy, Derek James, his sisters, and whatever, his girl, his kids can't sell the fight. The trash talk got to come between these two men, and what they telling y'all is it's not gonna sell because they not gonna give you a show before the show. The thing about it is they gonna get in there and fucking bang. They gonna get in there and bang. That's what you are gonna get. They gonna get in there and bang. They gonna get in there and bang. But if you don't bring the people to see them bang, it ain't gonna matter. So that's what made De La Hoya and Mayweather sell so much. Floyd De La Hoya had a fan base that's gonna buy regardless if he breathe on the track or he do the pootie tang or he don't do nothing. It was more about Floyd Mayweather, doing his just do and pulling the audience there, and he did it. He sold the fight. Leonard Ellerbe did his job. Roger did his job, but Floyd had to be the lead mouthpiece. Who gonna be the lead here? Errol Spence. He talks shit, but it's subtle and it's not engaging. Terence Crawford, they say he's a funny guy and he got it in him, but he don't do it when it matter. If you can go out and hit 100, if Shaq can get 100 straight free throws in practice, but can't hit 2 to win the game, to win a championship, it don't fucking matter. What do you do when the light's on? And that's the big problem. That's a big problem. So they don't care if it's only gonna be 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 weeks. They don't want this shit to succeed. They want to tell you, I told you that this wasn't gonna work. Y'all said y'all was gonna buy this. You gonna be like, well, you only gave us 4, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. They don't care. They don't care. But the update is until they figure out a fall schedule and Al Haymon deliver better fights. And then they say either Israel Adesanya fight November 19th. So the 26th is what I originally heard. So they're going to get pushed to Auburn, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State Saturday. Rivalry Saturday. So after Black Friday and Thanksgiving. So it is what it is. Shout out to Box Room Playlist, Welterweight Box Talk Playlist. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal in the description. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Spotify. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check the Box Room Playlist.